Hello and welcome back to Pokémon Reborn. We are back after about a week of absence. I'm sorry for the wait. As you can see, I've got a slightly new Pokémon team to deal with this gym, but we'll see more of that later. Anyway, the reason it took me so long to record a new video is because, as you can probably tell by the slightly different picture quality, I am now recording this with different recording software, and indeed on an entirely new computer. I'm currently using my fiance's computer to do this, and a fine computer it is, much better than mine, so I might sneakily use it for all the rest of time from now on. So now we are back battling with the gym leader Shelly, who, as you can remember from the last episode, absolutely demolished me. Or maybe you can't remember because the episode was so poorly made due to the, the recording software just going so badly that we could barely see it. Practically a slideshow. But now the video is smooth, if not a little blurry. The reason it's blurry is because the Pokémon Reborn window is very small. You can make it slightly bigger, and maybe you can make it full screen if you're a genius, but I'm not a genius. So basically what I'm doing is recording a small screen and then expanding the image for you to see. And so my initial plan of just, putting out Stealth Rock with miserly old Ma there did not quite go well. I should have remembered that Masquerain is a water type, and that was just a dreadful idea in general, but it's okay because Dave and Rita are now on the case. Rita, of course, terrible. I mean, I'm starting to have to face that fact now. After, having a good old think about just how Rita's been performing lately, how many battles she's actually been useful in, the fact of the matter is that my dreams of an amazing Ludicolo aren't really coming true in this game series. Not only have I not found a Leaf Stone, but also, I don't have Surf, I don't have Ice Beam, I don't have Energy Ball or Focus Blast or any of the things that make Ludicolo awesome. They're just not coming to me, so I feel like it might soon be time to let Rita go, but that time is not now. Rita is an important part of the battling process. She soaked up a bit of damage, and now, this battle's not going well for us. Half our team is down, well, more than half. You can see the damage done to Wesley. And Illumise and Masquerain have taken what could be described as a scratch each. They are both slightly damaged. There we go. Wesley is here. Wesley is ready to deal the damage. Wesley, as always, is going to turn this around for us. Robert, of course, just going to soak that damage. Be very important. Now, the Struggle Bug is an annoyance, as most of my team attacks using special attacks. An oversight on my part, perhaps. I mean, the thing is that Ratty Boy and Mancrook were my physical attackers, but they're just no good in this particular match, so they've had to go, and I've replaced them completely with special attackers, which are being weakened by Struggle Bug, and which don't seem that strong in the first place. See, here's the thing. I've been very cavalier with my playing of this game for this Let's Play. I'm actually now doing a personal playthrough of this game on my own laptop, and I'm properly following a guide, making sure I'm capturing all the Pokemon that are available in grass, capturing all the Pokemon that are available through convoluted things, and this game has a lot of them. I swear to God, most of these Pokemon you couldn't actually find without a guide, so thank God someone on the forums made one. But yeah, I'm doing my own playthrough, and that's making me understand just how ill-equipped I am going through this playthrough, where I'm just sort of breezing it through and trying to keep it quick for the fact that I'm making a series. It's seriously making me start to wonder now if I'm actually going to be able to complete it, or if I'm going to just have to knuckle down, go all the way back, find some better Pokemon, and just grind it out. I really don't want to do that though, so I'm going to try and make this work. Obviously this particular battle is not going to end in a victory. Edible Fred is good, but she's not that good. This may well be the end of Edible Fred. You may be seeing that right now. Edible Fred, she's weakening. We at least got the Masquerain down though. 6 for 1, a good deal. We lost just as the music came to a close. I feel like that's pretty important. We've scurried to the Pokemon Center, but we're not going to accept that. Time is going to rewind itself. Right about now! Ho! We are back. We are back, and we have done a secret bit of training. We've leveled everything to 32, so we have Rita Miserly Old Ma, Wesley, Robert, Dave, who has evolved, and Ethelfred, who has evolved. Now you might think it's cruel for me to have left the evolving process out of the video because you might want to see that, but, you know, sometimes in the movie making process we must imply things off screen for the sake of narrative flow. It would not have been worth seeing Edible Fred evolve if you also had to watch video footage of me just beating up loads of level 20 wild Pokemon now, would it? That literally took it took me about 90 minutes to level everything from 30 to 32, and it also took me about 90 minutes to level everything from 28 to the last video to 30 at the start of this video, so I have now spent 3 hours grinding for this gym leader. And, well, I don't know. It's still quite a challenge. This game, it's great. I appreciate that there's a very difficult Pokemon game with a challenge because, oh my god, X and Y left me so wanting in that department. I mean, X and Y, looking back at it, is really pathetic. Like, I made that game harder for myself than I needed to, but even then, it was really easy. Like, all the gym leaders only have 3 Pokemon. They're not particularly good Pokemon. I mean, oh, and even the champion was so easy. I think I saw someone on YouTube describe the champion as the best 6 turns in the game. Do you get it? Do you get it? Yeah. It was not a difficult game, so to see a game with some proper challenge that you really have to put some thought into for a Pokemon game is just amazing. But at the same time, Amethyst has not granted us very many resources with which to train our teams. You know, the whole thing about this game, where, you know, there's all these difficult gym leaders, all these different scenarios, you're kind of going to need more than 6 Pokemon. I mean, maybe when we get really late into the game, we'll be able to make just that dream team. Right now we can't make that dream team, so we're constantly having to swap around, reconfigure, give things a rethink, and it just takes so long because we just have scraps of wild Pokemon. And this game, it runs on the Gen 5 version of experience, i.e. The higher the level the wild Pokemon is compared to you, or the enemy Pokemon in general, the more experience you get, but the lower it is compared to you, the less experience you get. Which means that grinding out on low level Pokemon, and you know, the highest level Pokemon I've got available to me in the wild right now are like between 22 to 25, and you know, they're pretty pathetic things as well, like Scatterbug, so it really does start to get super slow when you're trying to train up new teams. And I think, I don't know, if Amethyst wanted to make a game this difficult, they could have also provided a means with which to quickly train up other teams. Maybe that would diminish the challenge, but to be honest, there's nothing challenging in training up a team. That is just laborious busy work that takes time. It is not fun. A game doesn't need that. And you know, the original Pokemon games, the official ones, kind of have it as well, I guess, though not really. A, because they're so easy you don't really need to, which is not necessarily a positive, but B, also because they do, or at least they have for a while, had means of training up quicker. You can, you know, in Gen 2 you could rematch trainers. I think in Gen 4 even you could rematch trainers. But I know you could in Gen 4 because I did. In fact, I remember once I used to train up loads of teams by just rematching up the same trainer over and over again who had an easy to beat team with a high experience yield. So, yeah, there are nice ways to grind up teams quickly. And of course in Gen 5 you had Audinos everywhere that just puked experience points when you beat them. And in Gen 6, they literally just like threw lucky eggs at you and experience shares at you, and it's like, you know, just level up quickly. We know you want to, so that was good. The lack of challenge wasn't good, but the speedy leveling was good. So I feel if we could get a game this difficult with speedier ways to level, that would just be perfect. I mean, we don't have to, and that's the thing. We could easily have much quicker leveling in this game, because it's not like over-leveling and cheating is going to be a problem, because they have that hard experience cap with the fact that if you go over a certain level, your Pokemon no longer obey you. So, you know, no one's going to deliberately over-level for a challenge, because they'll just end up screwing themselves over. Unless they, you know, grind up all the way to level 100 or something, but who in the heck would do that, you know? So, you know, I feel we could very easily be behaving within the boundaries of the game, our Pokemon could be the correct level for the challenge at any given time, but we could just train up other teams quicker. I don't feel like that would diminish the challenge of this game. It would diminish the ridiculously long time I have to take between recording episodes, because I'm just grinding out in that forest. What was it? I can't remember what the forest was called. You know, the one with the shift trees in it. No, the sea dots. No, the shift trees. No. Nuzleafs, there you go. The Nuzleafs put me in a net. I've been training in there. It's the best place I can find. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. I've laboured the point now. Basically, quicker training, still a good challenge, would be marvellous. If I ever learn to use RPG Maker, I'll show Amethyst how it's done, believe you me. Maybe. I mean, Amethyst has been working on this game for years. It's probably very difficult to make a Pokemon game like this, but, ooh, there's a point. Amethyst, you're still constantly updating this game, aren't you? There you go. That's me, as a player, giving you a suggestion. Put in loads of ways to quickly level up and quickly get new teams. It would make getting through this a lot less daunting. Now maybe I won't even have these problems going through my personal playthrough, where I'm deliberately finding really quick, not really quick, really good Pokemon straight away. Like I'm getting access to some pretty tough ones, so maybe I won't have these team problems, but looking at what other people say in the forums, I think I will still have these team problems. It's a difficult game, and training is slow. Now you can see again, I was trying to go for the old stick Miserly Old Mar in there, put a Stealth Rock, because that would be really good against the rest of this person's team. And you know, I was going to sleep the Masquerain so they couldn't bubble me, but then Illumise snuck in there with the Energy Ball, so screw you Illumise, but you know, there's a seed of an idea there. I just need to find a Pokemon. I either need to find a Pokemon that can sneak in there with Stealth Rock and survive a hit, or I need to just get luckier, basically. I need to sleep them both before I get Miserly Old Mar in there, and I need to stay asleep. That is what I need, and then the Stealth Rock is going to make a heck of a difference, especially against that Yanmega. I mean, the Yanmega, we've only seen a few glimpses of it, I think. We either saw it in the last video, or even earlier in this one. I haven't been watching what's going on the screen very well. I've been telling you about my gripes. Yeah, the Yanmega, called Heather, I think. A Stealth Rock would instantly bring them down to half health, which is something that would make me very happy, because that Yanmega is a tour de force. Not that every other Pokemon here isn't a tour de force. I mean, for God's sake, I'm struggling to defeat a Masquerain. That's how ridiculous this game is. And again, I love it. I love that there are these field effects making Pokemon artificially more challenging than they should be, because if they weren't artificially more challenging than they should be, they wouldn't be challenging, because we could just fly in with fire Pokemon and flying Pokemon and rock Pokemon and just bash them into oblivion. Whereas we can't quite get away with that here, and that's great. But at the same time, it's terrible, because I kind of want to release videos on a schedule whenever I can. But Shelly is stopping me. Shelly is single-handedly stopping me, okay? I was going to have this video out on YouTube much earlier in the day today, and I was going to do so much more today. But I've just been grinding out, trying to defeat Shelly, and it's taken a good portion of my day. It really has. So, I salute you, Shelly. You're a difficult gym leader, but for God's sake, let me carry on with this series. This should be like Grand Theft Auto 5. Let me tell you a bit about Grand Theft Auto 5. First of all, it already is a bit like Grand Theft Auto 5 because there's swearing and death and horribleness, and that's terrible, and I don't like that. That is the aspects I don't like about Grand Theft Auto 5. What I do like about Grand Theft Auto 5 is its gameplay, which I'm not saying Pokemon should have GTA 5 gameplay, but the point I was originally getting at is that GTA 5 has a feature where if missions are proving too challenging for you, like if you fail on them like 3 times or whatever, it gives you the option to just skip it and carry on with the story. Now, okay, maybe that is antithetical to the entire philosophy of a more hardcore Pokemon gaming experience. I mean, that's probably the sort of feature that belongs in the main series, but perhaps I'm being facetious. But no, really, for the sake of getting through the story, which Amethyst has clearly put a lot of effort into, maybe there should just be casual mode. I mean, I'd happily like play through this on casual mode in this Let's Play, and then really grind it out properly on my laptop like I'm sort of doing already. But no. Now, ironically, my laptop playthrough is going to be a lot easier because I'm going to have far more options, but I still feel that this, you know, it isn't doomed. Spoilers, I don't win this battle, by the way. I know it looks like I'm putting up a lot more of a fight, but criminy, I just don't have what it takes. And I feel like what I need to do, straight away, is I need to get rid of Dave. I mean, poor Dave was on my team at the very beginning of the game, I think, for like 5 minutes, and then left. And then I brought him back for this gym leader because I thought maybe he'll have something about him, but he doesn't. Dave is terrible. If he was a Star Raptor, we'd be in business, but he's not. He's an Unpheasant, and Unpheasants suck. They are awful. Dave can't do a damn thing. I hope I'm not damaging your confidence, Dave, but Dave, you can't do anything. You are the worst flying Pokemon ever. You suck, get out of here. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of Dave straight away. I'm going to get rid of Rita because, as you know, Rita, she's been a long runner. She's been in my team for almost as long as Edible Fred. Rita has been with us for a while, but she's out of her depth now. She can't really do anything. Pretty much all I manage to do with Rita these days is fake out. She's a fake out machine. Rita is able to make my enemy flinch once, and then she faints. Which kind of, I've tried to make it have its uses. You've seen, like I've tried to fake out the Masquerain so I can get an attack in. I've tried to fake out other things. There are actually failures that I've already cut out of this video, okay? You think 3 failures is all I've got on this gym leader? No. Well, 4, but no, I have failed a lot of times. And I've tried to make Rita's fake outs work for me a lot of times. Strategic fake outs, but it's just not happening. So Dave's getting out of here after only being here for a very short time. Rita's getting out of here after being with us for a very long time. Maybe Robert should get out of here. I mean, Robert against this team isn't actually contributing much. Robert is quite good thanks to their acid spray, but then with this team, against this team, I should probably be leaning more towards physical attacks anyway because of their struggle bugs. So maybe I should get Robert out there. So that's 3 members of my team already gone, and I just need to replace them with something that will wreck this team. So first of all, maybe I could do it with a fire type. I mean, the fire type immediately would just make that Wormadam go away, because a pink Wormadam is a bug/steel type. If you don't know, Wormadam, which evolved from female Burmese, have 3 different forms. One of them is grassy, which is like it's bug/grass. One of them is trash, which is the one we're seeing now. It doesn't look like trash, but it's trash. And that's grass and steel. And then there's like a dirt or filth one, which is not grass and steel, by the way, bug and steel. And then there's a filth form, which is like bug and ground. But whenever people do use Wormadam in, you know, competitive battling, which is pretty much never, this game right now is the only thing that's ever going to make Wormadam look threatening. But no, when they do use it, they do go for the pink one, because Bug Steel, despite that 4 times weakness, just seems to be a really good type combination. But no, yeah, definitely I need a fire type in here to get rid of the Wormadam. I need a much better flying type than Dave. Wesley actually probably needs to go as well, because Wesley is part psychic type, which means that his flying type does nothing to mitigate bug attacks, and again, a special attacker, and Struggle Bug is just dealing with that too well. So yeah, after training up partially a whole new team to try and beat this gym, it's not working for me, and I might have to find myself training up a whole other team before I can get this down. So there's many more hours of grinding in my future, and I am getting through this so slowly. When we consider that I first started playing Pokémon Reborn in January of this year, and it's almost June, and this is the 3rd gym leader, this is going to be a series on my YouTube channel for a long time. Either that, or it's just going to become physically impossible to complete. I'm actually tempted to, maybe when I catch up with my personal playthrough, which I'll be in a much better position in, maybe I'll sneakily swap the save files and hope no one notices. But no, this is it's tough. But it's teaching me a lot about being a Pokemon Master. You know, I always thought I was a Pokemon Master, but maybe just the main games made me think I was Pokemon Master, because barring Cynthia, the main games are really easy. I think Cynthia's the only difficult thing in all 6 generations of Pokemon. I'm having a good old think about the statement I've just made. Gen 5... yeah, it was kind of difficult, but then I was able to go through Gen 5 using an all grass type team, so maybe that was what made it difficult. Actually, no. My all grass type playthrough of Gen 5 was easier than my balanced playthrough. That was amazing. I love grass types. It's just a shame that they're terrible in this game. But yeah, right? Okay. What was I even saying? Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's difficult to keep your thoughts arranged when you're speaking while watching Pokemon footage. It shouldn't be difficult, but it is. This is somehow more difficult than if I was talking while playing. But there we go. Cynthia, the only challenging thing in the main games ever. So they gave me an inflated sense of just how good I am. And this game is really teaching me what I need to do to be good. And it turns out I need to be much, much cleverer than I am being. I can't just think about Pokemon type anymore. I have to think about stats and their compatibility. So, no special attackers on my team, at least for this gym. And I think, as cool as Edible Fred has looked in this fight, I mean, they've managed to drag this fight on for well over 10 minutes now, thanks to their constant sleeping and leaf seeding. As cool as Edible Fred has been, that's probably not the key to victory. Ideally, I want Pokemon that can take these bugs out quickly, and I'm hoping that physical attackers, physical flying attacks, physical fire attacks, etc. will be the way to do that. And, in fact, physical electric attacks, because most of these bugs are flying. So, I've got options, I just need to go rooting around my PC, and I might actually even have to go and capture some new Pokemon. Now that I know where they are, because I'm doing a personal playthrough following the guide, I might have to think, X Pokemon that appears in this much earlier area that I could still capture on this save might be worth going back and getting it and laboriously training it up. But no, this battle is drawing to a close. I put up a pretty good showing. Edible Fred was doing really well for a time, but even the amazingness that is Edible Fred eventually fell. I mean, I applaud her for how well she did. She took out like 3 bug Pokemon in just a war of attrition. She didn't use a single attack other than Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, so well done to her, but it's just not enough. We ran out of steam. It's like the battle of 2 walls. We were both locking forces, neither of us budging, and then I just budged. I crumbled, I collapsed. So when you see me next time, I'm going to have a whole new team, and hopefully I'm going to win. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you had the patience for it, and I'll see you later!